Today, Vine is going to get married, but unfortunately against her wish. She loves someone else, but her parents doesn't like him. So they fixed her marriage with Jungkook, the successful businessman. She agreed to this marriage, but she can't disobey her parents. Vine is coming towards Jungkook with her father. His heartbeat fastened when his gaze fell on her, as she was looking effortlessly gorgeous. But when his eyes landed on her face, he noticed that it was pale. It was as if she cried. He felt twins in his heart, but then he shrugged, thinking it may be because she is separating from her parents. Don't worry, Vine, I will shower you with so much love. Yes, he loved Vine from the moment he saw her, when he visited her home for the marriage proposal. Jungkook entered inside the house with Vine in his arms. Actually, she unknowingly slept in the car. When they reached their destination, then Jungkook realized that she was sleeping. He chuckled, then he thought not to break her sleep, so he carefully picked her up in his arms. Then gently puts her on the bed and covered her with a duvet. Then he sat on the bed beside her and kissed her hairs. I think you're too tired. It's alright, let's take some rest, he said, then pecked her forehead. Jungkook asked one of his maids to change Vine's clothes into comfortable one, and he himself got dressed and lay down beside her. He was admiring Vine with a lot of love. He kissed her cheeks. He was smiling while looking at her. Then he took her hand in his hand. Vine, I promise I will give you all the happiness of the world. I will fulfill all my responsibilities as an ideal husband. We will start our new life from... He got cut off when Vine suddenly mumbled while sleeping. She was mumbling so slowly that he was not able to hear. He went close to her in order to hear her. Yoonwoo, I love you. I can't live without you, she mumbled while sleeping. Jungkook's heart dropped as soon as he heard those words. His heart ached badly. The new life for which he was dreaming got finished before even starting. She loved someone else, then why did she agree for marriage? I thought she likes me too. That's why she agreed to marry me. But she has someone else in her heart. How am I gonna live with this bitter truth? I have already fallen for you, Vine. Now how will I stop myself from loving you? You should have refused for the marriage if you loved someone else, he said with heavy heart to your sleeping figure, then gradually fell asleep. Vine waked up. She didn't find Jungkook beside her. She got dressed, then went downstairs. She searched for Jungkook, but he was nowhere to be seen. Then she went towards the kitchen. There she found a note on the counter. Vine, I am sorry, there is an emergency in the company, so I have to go. I have made breakfast for you. Don't forget to eat it. And yes, take care of yourself. A little smile formed on Vine's lips while reading the note. She then ate her breakfast. Jungkook came back from office. He was expecting Vine to welcome him, but he didn't find her anywhere in the living room. He then went towards the bedroom. There he saw her sitting on the bed. She was scrolling her phone. He slowly walked to her. She noticed his presence, so she shifted her gaze to him. Did you had your dinner? He asked smilingly. Not yet. It's good. I have brought something for you. He bring out the box which he was hiding behind. What is it? She asked with expressionless face. First open it. Then she confusingly started to unwrap the box. Kimchi. She whispered. She was feeling happy on seeing kimchi, but that smile was not reaching to her face. Didn't you like it? He asked unsurely. I liked it. Let's eat. Little smile. Jungkook's expressions dropped. He thought that Vine will get excited on seeing her favorite food. but she didn't react it at all. It's alright, Van. I'm glad that you liked it, and most importantly, it made you smile even if it was just for a second, he mumbled to himself in mind. Van started eating. She then looked at Jungkook, who was drowned in his own thoughts. Are not you going to eat? She asked with straight face. I will eat. Pass me the chopsticks. Then they both started eating. Jungkook took the first bite. Wow, it's quite good, isn't it? She said while eating. Then Jungkook brought a spoonful of food in front of her mouth. Tasted one, he said while smiling, but she was shocked and confused. Van, open your mouth and taste it. She hesitatingly opened her mouth and ate it. Is it good? She replied coolly. Wait, I will feed you more. No need, I can eat by myself, she said with a straight face. It's okay then. Jungkook's smile dropped when Van refused to eat by his hand. It's alright, Van. If you don't eat by my hand, I'm still glad. At least you're eating with me. It matters a lot to me, he said to himself in mind. In those 7 days, Jungkook tried his best to bring a smile on Van's face. He almost every day brings different food items for her. He brings gifts for her, but she still remains quiet and sad all the time. His heart ached when he sees her in this condition. He just wants to see her happy. It kinda hurts him when she remains silent and lost all the time. I have tried my best to make her happy. I made all the efforts for this marriage, but she is not making any effort for this marriage, for our relationship. I think that also in future she will not able to put any effort. But what about me? I can't see her in love with someone else, and I also can't see her sad. It hurts me a lot. Jungkook came back from office. As usual, he was expecting Van to welcome him, but there was no sign of her. He disappointedly walked to the bedroom, but she was not there. Then he searched for her in the whole house, but she was nowhere to be seen. He was getting worried. Then he decided to check on the rooftop, and finally, there he found her sitting quietly looking at the moon. She was looking so sad and lost as usual. He sighed with relief when he saw her. Jungkook walked to Van and sat beside her. She felt someone's presence. She looked beside and saw him, who was already looking at her. When did you came? She asked with expressionless face. Just now when you were gazing the moon, he said with blank face. Then they both started gazing the sky. The moon is quite beautiful today. Suddenly, strong cold wind blew, making Van shiver as she was wearing thin clothes. Jungkook noticed it. He took off his jacket and wrapped over her shoulder. She instantly looked at him when she felt his touch. It's cold outside. You shouldn't be here. Thank you for jacket, she replied with a blank face. They both sat there, gazing the moon for some minutes. Then Jungkook sighed and thought to break the ice. I can't be selfish even if I love her. I can't see her like this anymore. I have to do something, he said to himself in mind. Why do you have to share something with me? No, why do you think so? Because I know that you have someone else in your heart. She instantly looked at him with wide eyes. How do you know? She asked shockingly. I'm not a fool, Van. Anyone can find it out. You always stays away from me. You barely talks to me. You barely smiles at me. You don't eat food by my hand. I can clearly feel it that you don't want me as your husband. You love someone else." He finished, but she just lowered her eyes and fidgeted her fingers. "Look, Van, I'm not saying anything to you. I just want to know that when you loved someone else, then why did you agree to marry me? 'Cause I couldn't disobey my parents. They raised me, they did a lot for me. That's why I was not able to refuse them," you replied with cracked voice. "You know what, Van? I fell for you when I saw you for the first time. I even dreamed of living a healthy life with you. But what will I do to live a life in which you will not be happy and satisfied? I love you a lot, Van. I just want to see you happy in any condition." Van became shocked with his sudden confession. "Look, Van, I am not asking you to love me back. I am not forcing you to carry this relationship onward against your wish. I just want one thing, that is your happiness. I will do anything for that, even if it costs my love for you. I am ready to sacrifice it all." Vine was listening to him quietly. She saw the sincerity in his eyes. Jungkook took her hands in his, and she didn't know why her heart skipped a beat when he did that. "Vine, I promise you that after 6 months, I myself will give you divorce and will convince your parents for your marriage with the one whom you love. I will help you as much as I can to get you both married, but I want one thing in return." Tears of happiness escaped from Vine's eyes on listening to him. "And what is that thing?" she asked while wiping her tears. "Promise me that you will not be sad anymore. You will become cheerful again." "I promise," she replied, and tears of joy escaped from her eyes. Then Van suddenly hugged Jungkook because of extreme happiness. He was quite shocked, but he hugged her back and kissed her head. "Thank you so much, Jungkook." They both pulled apart and Jungkook cupped her face. "Why are you still crying?" he asked while wiping her tears with his thumb. "I'm not crying, they are just tears of happiness." "Thank you so much, Jungkook, for doing this much for me." "It's nothing, Van. I can do anything for you." "Let's be friends, Jungkook." A blissful smile bloomed across Jungkook's face. Yeah, they both shook their hands and smiled at each other. "You can't even imagine how happy I'm feeling to see you smiling like this for the first time." "Jungkook, I have not met Yeonwoo from so much time. Can I? You can call him for dinner at our place," he said calmly. "Really?" she asked excitedly, to which Jungkook nodded while smiling. "You are so great, Jungkook. Thank you so much." Vine is walking around. She is waiting for Yeonwoo. She is so excited and impatient to meet him, whereas Jungkook is sitting on the couch doing some work on his laptop. "Jungkook, why he is not coming? I have already called him. Still he..." "Vine, have some patience. He must be coming." Jungkook got cut off when the doorbell suddenly rings. "He is here," she said in excited tone. "Now go open the door for him," he said with faint smile. Vine quickly went to open the door. As she opened the door, she saw Yeonwoo standing in front of her. She was not believing in her eyes. She instantly hugged him and he hugged her back. Jungkook saw them hugging each other like long lost couples, and not gonna lie, his heart ached on seeing this. It was as if someone put a stone on his heart, but somehow he gathered his emotions and forced a smile on his face. Will you guys keep hugging each other like this? He said with a forced smile, then they broke the hug. Sorry, Jungkook. Yunwoo made him his. She hesitates a bit on calling Jungkook her husband, and he didn't fail to understand it, so he quickly took a step forward. I'm her friend Jeon Jungkook, he said with a smile while forwarding his hand for handshake. Wan didn't know why she felt a little awkward when Jungkook addressed himself as her friend, but she just shrugged it. Yunwoo got confused because he clearly knows that Jungkook is Wan's husband. He confusingly shakes hands with him. But he is. You're thinking right. He's my husband, but now he's my friend. You know what, Yunwoo? He promised me that he will convince my parents for our marriage and he will get us married by himself. Is that so? He asked surprisingly. Yes, he replied excitedly. Thank you so much, Jungkook. You are so kind. It's okay. I'm hungry. Let's go to eat now. Yeah, let's go. Jungkook and Yunwoo are sitting on couch, whereas Wan has went to restroom. Yunwoo, I am giving Wan to you, so you have to take care of her very well. You have to fulfill all her wishes. If I ever saw tears in her eyes, then I myself don't know what I will do to you. He warned him and he gulped. Rest assured, Jungkook, I'll take care of her. I'll never hurt her and thank you for giving her to me. What are you two talking? Nothing, just random things, he replied calmly. Okay then, I should go now. Wan's expressions changed into sad one when she heard Yunwoo and Jungkook noticed it. It's already late. You should go in the morning. Yunwoo, you should go in the morning. But no buts, you are staying here tonight, he said in serious tone. Okay. A smile spread across Wan's face, which Jungkook didn't fail to notice. Wan and Yunwoo are in the room. They are enjoying their time, whereas Jungkook is in the living room. He is working on his laptop, but his mind is not helping him. He is not able to concentrate. What would they both be doing in the room? Should I check on them? Here Wan and Yunwoo are laughing while tickling each other. They were enjoying a lot. Jungkook watched them from outside. He felt twins in his heart. He was not able to bear the sight of them being so close to each other, so he unknowingly sneaked into the room. When Wan saw Jungkook, she instantly got away from Yunwoo, and he noticed this. Why did she got away from me on seeing Jungkook? Does she perhaps love him? What happened, Jungkook? She asked nervously yet awkwardly. Nothing, I just came to take my phone. He flashed a tight-lipped smile. Okay then. What happened to me? Why did I instantly move away from Yunwoo on seeing Jungkook? Was it because of respect, or was it because I'm afraid of getting caught close to other men in front of my husband? It's so late. Will you guys not sleep? Yeah, I'm a bit sleepy. I'm going to sleep in the guest room. Good night. He pecked Wan's forehead. Good night. She didn't know why she didn't like it when Yunwoo in front of Jungkook. Jungkook took his phone and started going outside the room along with Yunwoo. Sleep well, Wan. He gave a tight-lipped smile. You too, Jungkook. She noticed that forced smile. Jungkook was not feeling well, so he came up on terrace to get some fresh air. Tears dropped from his eyes When the flashback of Yoonwoo pecking Hwan's forehead came up in his mind, his heart aches on seeing them together. He easily promised Hwan for her happiness that he will get them married, but it's very difficult for him to hand over his love in someone else's hands. But he had to do this for the sake of Hwan. It's very difficult for him to control his emotions. He is feeling so alone and helpless, so he cried his heart out there. Hwan is baking cake for Jungkook's cousin who is coming from abroad. She is making two cakes, one for herself and Jungkook, another one for his cousin Alyssa. She finished baking the cake, she was admiring it, then she called Jungkook in order to taste it. In these 2 months, they have become very close. After a while, Jungkook came and saw the cake. Hwan was looking at him. "It's looking beautiful, let's taste it," he said, then took a piece of cake by his finger and tasted it. "How is it?" she asked curiously. "So tasty, Hwan. I didn't have any idea that you can make such tasty cakes." He then took another piece and indicated Hwan to eat it. She opened her mouth, but instead of feeding her, he applied the cake on her cheek, making her eyes widened. "You are looking cute like this," he said while showing his bunny teeth. "Jungkook, I will not spare you," she said angrily. Hwan sighed in irritation, then she also took a piece of cake in her hand. Jungkook saw it. He started running. Hwan ran behind him. She somehow catched him. She pushed him against the wall and applied cake on his face. While enjoying, they didn't realize that they were too close to each other. They were feeling nervous because of the closeness between them. Jungkook couldn't control himself, so he pecked Hwan's cheeks. They got interrupted by a sudden voice. "What are you two doing?" On hearing sudden voice, they instantly separated from each other. "Alyssa, when did you arrive?" Trying to be serious. "Just when you both were making out," she replied while chuckling. "No, Alyssa, it's nothing like you're thinking." "Oh really, Onni?" she asked in teasing tone. "It's nothing, Alyssa. Go and get fresh." "You are so bad. I have came back after a long time and you didn't even hug me." "I'm sorry, come." He spread his arms for Alyssa so that she can hug him. They were hugging each other whereas Hwan was looking at them. Why am I feeling bothered when they are hugging each other? She is just his sister, and moreover, he can do that with anyone. I shouldn't get bothered by it. And why my heart was beating so fast when he was close to me? What is happening to me? Alyssa knows everything about Yoonwoo and Hwan's relationship cause Jungkook always shares everything with her. There is only 1 week left for Bayan and Yoonwoo's marriage, so Bayan is practicing for dance. Jungkook entered and saw her dancing alone. His heart ached on realizing she must be practicing dance for her marriage, but then he took deep breath and looked down before forcing a smile on his face, then went towards her. She gasped as he took her hand and circled her, then brought her close to his chest and put his hand on her waist and started swaying with the music. They were so close to each other, their faces were just inches away. Jungkook's heart was beating so fast because of the closeness. It is understandable because he loves Hwan. But why Hwan's heart beat fastened? It is not like that she loves him, then why? Wine, are you happy or not? Yes, Jungkook, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for doing this much for me. It's nothing, Ryan. I can do anything for you as long as you'll be happy. Suddenly, Jungkook's phone rings. He excused himself from Ryan and went away to take the call. Here, Ryan sighed heavily. Why my heart starts to beat so fast whenever he comes close to me? Am I falling for him? No, Ryan. What are you even saying? You can't fall for him. You only Yunwoo, and remember you are going to get married to him after a week. In those 6 months, Van and Jungkook lived like best friends. Van enjoyed his company a lot. They sometimes played, they would always eat together, they would tease each other. Jungkook never forget to take care of her. In this way, Van has fallen for Jungkook, but she is unaware of that. She has got used to him. Jungkook has already convinced her parents for her and Yunwoo's marriage. Now it will not be easy for Van to get married to Yunwoo, because she has feelings for Jungkook. Let's see what happens. Van was scrolling through her phone. Suddenly Jungkook entered into the room and walked to her. She kept the phone aside and focused on him, waiting for him to say something, but she noticed that he seemed a bit nervous and down. Jungkook, are you okay? She asked concernedly. Van, these are divorce papers. I have already signed. Only your signs are left. Van's heart twitched on hearing the divorce word. She couldn't be feeling disappointed, right? Because this is what she wished for, and Jungkook gave it to her for her happiness. Then why doesn't she seem satisfied now? Okay, put them on the table. I will sign later. Okay. He puts them on the table, then left from there. Isn't this what I wanted? Then why my heart not agreeing to sign the divorce papers? Why does it affect me if he is sad? Wine is still not ready to accept that she has started loving him, or we can say completely fallen for him. Nowadays she only thinks about him all the time, even though she is going to marry Yunwoo in a few days. Wine, there is only 1 week left. After that, you will go away from me. You will marry another man. What I will do then? How would I live without you? I can't even imagine my life without you. It's very difficult for me to see you in someone else's embrace, but I have to do this for your sake. I hope after that you will be happy.